Somebody's going to have their best year in 2025. Why not you? Today I'm going to share with you 11 different ways that you can generate an extra 25 transactions in 2025. But if you're going to get different results, you're going to have to do some different things as we head into 2025. Some of the things that you're doing, we need to highlight and we need to maybe lean in a little bit more. But obviously, adapting to the new market cycle, the new situations we're seeing, and taking on some new different types of ways to generate transactions is always a good idea. So we're going to go over 11 different strategies in this. What I would encourage you to do is don't get bogged down with 11. Pick out one or two strategies that you feel can impact your business, and I promise it's going to give you the ability to do more transactions in the coming year. The first one is this: become the builder's best friend. Now, listen, we want to get back to some foundational strategies that we can help not just build our business today, but we can actually continue to build our business into the future. So what is it that builders are looking for? Because here's what builders can do. Builders give you the opportunity to potentially find someone that's going to build 5 to 10 spec houses a year, that's going to give you the ability to have a consistent flow of listings, and those listings are absolutely going to give you opportunities on the buyer side. So where do we start? What is it that builders need? Especially those builders that are looking to build spec homes. In most cases, they need more lots. They need to find lots where they can build homes. So what we're going to do is we're going to find opportunities really with the lot, starting with the lot side of it, because lots don't have emotion. Lots are owned a lot of times by people that maybe it's not a priority for them. They don't have to move their family or change their lifestyle to sell those things. So here's the strategy. Let's start by finding and identifying some lots that are in neighborhoods where we've got new construction happening. Maybe there's a few straggle lots there. Go in and find out who the owners are, and it's a simple call like this. Hey, this is Jimmy Burgess with Real Broker. I was calling because I saw you have a lot in this neighborhood. I'm working with a number of builders that are looking for lots. Just curious, if you got the right offer, would you guys consider selling? Now this is just let them talk. This is a way to start building things for now and also into the future. If they say they're not interested now, say, I completely understand. Listen, I'd love to keep in touch because I'm going to be doing a lot of business in this area, and as I do this business, it's going to affect the value of your lot. I'd love to keep in touch. Add them to your database. But those that do say that they are interested, now what are we going to do? Now what we're going to do is we're going to find those builders, and you may have some of these builders already that you know that are looking for lots, or maybe you have a relationship with, and you can ask them if they're looking for lots. If they say they are, and they give you a specific area, go farm in that area. Go make these calls in that area and identify specific lots for them. If it doesn't work for them, odds are you're going to get an opportunity to get a listing. But one of the things we're going to do is as you're talking to the builders, and if you don't know any, go around and just open up the construction, the little tab they have in the construction in front of the houses that are being built. Find out who the builder is, give them a call and just say, hey, I'm just curious, is this a place that you're building as a spec home or that you're building as something that's a custom home for someone? If they say it's a spec home, say, great. If I had somebody interested, do you have an agent that you've already chosen to help you with selling this place? If they don't, then now you've got an opportunity. Even if they do, just say, hey, look, I'm digging out some lots in this area. If I found one, would you want me to call your agent that you mentioned? Or would you like for me to bring this to you directly to you? You see, by doing that, you're giving your opportunity to build that relationship. You're giving them something. You're calling with a purpose, something that's going to help them, especially when you've uncovered one of these lots. Hey, I've got a lot in this area. I saw where you're building something over here. Just curious if you'd be interested in purchasing another lot in that area. This gives you something where you're calling with a purpose, which begins to build that. If they're interested, say, listen, if you don't have an agent that you're exclusively working with, my only request is that if I find these lots for you, that you give me the opportunity to interview for the position to sell that home for you once you build it. Now we're building that relationship, and we're building blocks here where we can really get additional transactions, not just this year, but into the future as well. The second way to build some additional transactions this year is become the off-market expert. Now, here's the thing. What's been changing in the industry is that we're still seeing low inventory in a lot of cases in a lot of places across the U.S., but even in the areas where we've seen increased inventory, there's something about being able to tell somebody about something that they can't get that information for themselves. So here's what I would suggest you do. Find an off-market property that you can begin to shout from the mountaintops. This may be another agent in your office. This may be a friend of yours that just says, hey, look, I would sell if I got the right price. Or somebody that sells, we're planning to sell in the spring, but now during the wintertime, if we got the right offer, we'd possibly sell. Go out and post it on social media. Hey, I've got something, and do the green screen video that shows it behind you in this area that somebody could possibly purchase if they had the right offer to come in. If you're somebody that's looking for off-market opportunities, maybe the things you can't find online, make sure you reach out to me, even if this one doesn't fit. to get on my list so that you can be told about those things before anybody else knows about it. Build an email list with those people. Now, if you don't have these, begin to build relationships with other agents that may have off-market properties that you can help them sell, or that gives you the ability to attract another group of buyers. So build a group of people, agents specifically, that are going to share ideas with each other and let each other know so that you can help each other, help your sellers and help your buyers find that ideal property. By working with these other agents, it gives you the opportunity to generate a transaction that may not have happened for you or that other agent, for that seller or that buyer, unless you had done that extra work. Number 3 is green screen videos with coming soon listings. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to give you the ability to attract some buyers before you actually have your listing hit the market. Now, the way that we're doing this, if you're not sure how to do this, you can go on and just Google or go on YouTube, ask how to do an Instagram green screen video to show you how to do that. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture of a map. We're going to circle on that map an area. We're going to come on the green screen video. This is the one that has you in front of the picture. We're basically going to say, I've got something that's coming to the market in the next few weeks that I can't quite tell you about because we can't share the information until it's actually on the MLS or whatever your local rules are. But I wanted to make sure that I mentioned this in case you're somebody or you know someone that might have an interest in a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house in this area. Please let me know. Just DM me or comment down below, and I'll be glad to make sure that I get you that information as soon as possible so that you can be one of the first people to know about it. Now, a couple things. We want to do calls to action because Instagram, the head of Instagram, has basically told us that there are really just a couple of things that really helps an Instagram post go viral or get additional views. The first one is that he said that he wants to see that people are sharing this with others. So actually in your video, say that. Say if you know of someone that might have an interest in buying a house in this area, please share this post with them and then ask them to reach out to me if they have additional questions. Again, we focused on this sharing. The next thing we do is hey, if you're someone that might be interested in this or know someone that might be, if you're not interested in sharing this, comment down below or DM me and I'll be glad to get back in touch with you. That is engagement on the post. It creates something where Instagram is like, wow, people are engaging with it. People are sharing this. People are having personal messaging and direct messaging that's actually happening from this, and they're going to put it out to more people. This is a great way to uncover some potential buyers, to leverage the listing you've already got to generate some additional opportunities to sell that faster or to find additional buyers for not just this place, but another transaction as well. Next up is searchable YouTube video content. Now you have to understand, we were just talking about Instagram, but Instagram really is a place that people go to basically get entertained. So we almost have to disrupt them or hit them with something that just catches them off guard a little bit on Instagram. However, YouTube is a search platform. The people that are going on there, they are going in with a fundamental understanding of what they're looking for and what they want to watch, and they use the search bar to find that. So let's get very specific on a few titles that you can do right now that are doing well in all markets that I've seen it used in that I know can generate some opportunities for you. The first one that I've seen that's been very effective right now is moving to whatever your city's name is in 2025. Everything you need to know. This is where you can do a video that's going to tell them about all the demographics of your area. It's going to talk about the different neighborhoods. It's going to talk about living in your area, the cost of living, the schools, anything that anyone that's moving to that area might want to know. This title is absolutely, specifically in your town or your city, going to move that to the top of the search portion for those people that are specifically thinking about moving to a certain area. And now you're going to be able to reach the people before they actually even get to your local market. The second title that we're seeing some really good results with right now is top 5 neighborhoods in your city, whatever your city is. This is something where people that are searching for specific neighborhoods, and we're going to have those neighborhoods in our description. We're going to have it in what we're talking about, and the algorithm is going to pick that up when there are people looking for specific neighborhoods, they're looking for specific cities, and this is a great way to capture people's attention. Again, what we're doing through video is we're getting FaceTime with them without actually being in front of them. This is passively prospecting for you. It's filtering through, and people are watching the videos that are like, I could do work with them. That's somebody that I'd like to do business with. You're giving them information and you're building a relationship at the same time. Focus in on that specific topic and I guarantee you're going to get some results. The next title is living in your city versus whatever the feeder market is for your city. So for example, our area, Atlanta's a feeder market for 30A. If I were to do a video that said living in Santa Rosa Beach versus living in Atlanta is going to get a lot of results in Atlanta specifically for people who are considering moving down here. It's a very specific, very targeted area. And if you have a dominant place where most people are moving to your area from, by doing this specific video, you're going to really almost hit the bullseye on the people that you're trying to reach in a very specific way. Number 5 is the deal of the week. Look, you've got your database, you're building that hopefully. How are you consistently offering potential places that people could buy to people in a way that captures their attention? The deal of the week is something I've seen Sharon Srivatsa do, I've seen Jimmy Mackin do, I've just seen so many different people do it. They've done it through email, they've done it through video, whatever it is for you. Finding a way to communicate a deal of the week every single week consistently out to your database is absolutely going to give you the opportunity to uncover some people and re-engage with some people that maybe have been in your database that you aren't even aware they're actually out there looking. By presenting specific properties to specific groups of people, you're absolutely going to zero in some opportunities that maybe you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Number 6 is 6 to 12 month old expired listings. Now listen, expired listings, as we continue to see days on market increase, as we continue to see the markets in a lot of areas that cooled off this past year, we're going to see a lot of people that came off the market that maybe have not sold or relisted. Those folks probably are still interested in selling. They either haven't had the right agent or the right situation, or they're concerned about where their pricing was. What you have to understand is these are people that raised their hand and said they would sell and have not sold. So go back in your MLS and search all the expired listings from 6 to 12 months ago. Or in reality, you could do it for the entirety of 2025 if you're seeing this in the middle of 2025, or literally just give it a few months from where you are today and look at those 6 to 12 month old listings. Go back in MLS and see if they've sold. Look on the tax rolls to see if they've sold. See if they've been relisted. If they haven't, making a simple call to that group is something like this. Hey, this is Jimmy Burgess with Real Broker. Notice that you had your house for sale last year and that it hasn't sold and it's not been relisted. Just curious what your plans are and if you would still sell that home if the right buyer came along. And then just be quiet. Understand, give them an opportunity to speak, listen to what they're saying, begin to build a relationship with those folks in a way that gives you the opportunity to find listings that maybe are laying dormant, but would be listed if the right person gave them the right opportunity. Number 7 is marketable moment circle prospecting. Now, this is not just calling people. This is if you have an open house or a new listing, calling all the neighbors to let them know. So if it's a new listing, I'm going to use this as an example, or it's an open house. Hey, this is Jimmy Burgess with Real Broker. Not sure if you noticed this, but we just listed the house 4 doors down from yours, and we're expecting a lot of activity with our open house that's going to launch this listing onto the open market. We're calling to let the neighbors know about this open house because we're anticipating a lot of people there. We're also going to have the open house open for neighbors or friends of neighbors about 30 minutes before we open it up to the general public. If you'd like to stop by, please join us at that open house. Now let me give you the just listed portion. Hey, this is Jimmy Burgess with Real Broker. I know you probably haven't realized this yet, but we just listed the house 4 doors down from you that we're going to take live in about a week and a half once the pictures are done and we have all our marketing in place. I'm calling to let the neighbors know in case you or someone you know might be interested in purchasing the home that we're about to list. We love to let neighbors have the opportunity to choose their next neighbors. If it's something you're interested in, please let me know and I'll be glad to get you additional information. Make sure you're giving those opportunities. Now, at the end of all of these calls, and it could be something after the sale and you're letting them know about the sale, but if at the end of these calls, if nothing comes up about their home, at some point you have to, before you get off the phone, just simply say this line. Hey, I'd be the worst realtor in the world if I didn't at least ask. Is there a price where you guys might consider selling? And just be quiet. You'll be amazed at the opportunities that's going to create, not just for new listings now, but into the future as well. Number 8 is geographical farming. Listen, this is the most fundamental way to have a consistent flow of leads. If you're not the expert or known as the expert in a specific neighborhood or specific area, you're probably not an expert in real estate. Geographical farming is fundamental, and if you're looking for more deals this coming year, get serious about geographical farming. If you're curious on how to to do this, I'm gonna have a video link up above that'll break it down exactly how to figure out what the best neighborhoods are, how you should be doing your messaging, and how to maximize the opportunities that come from being a very specific area expert through geographical farming. Number 9 is open houses. Look, you got to get in the water to be able to catch the wave, so to speak. So are you getting in front of potential buyers? And also, are you getting in front of other owners in a specific neighborhood who are curious about what's going on with this open house you're having and how it affects their property? You see, when you do an open house effectively, it gives you the opportunity to build a list of potential buyers, not just to sell this home, but potential buyers that will buy other homes from you in the future. It also gives you a specific opportunity to be in front of some of those specific owners in the neighborhood who are considering selling after this one sells. Make sure you're taking full advantage and you're hosting open houses, because now more than ever, people are walking in houses, especially open houses, with an opportunity for you to do business with them. Number 10 is first-time homebuyer seminars. Now, as we saw last year, we saw a 40-year high in affordability, or the low in affordability, I guess you could say. It was the biggest and most challenging time for first-time home buyers. My anticipation is that we're going to see a market that is going to become a little more affordable for those first-time home buyers. As we see that happening, being the expert, being the person who puts together a team of people, credit repair people, mortgage people, also those folks that can help people prepare to purchase now and into the future, by hosting these seminars that are giving value directly to renters currently that want to own homes, you're building a pipeline of future buyers that is definitely going to get you more transactions in 2025. Number 11 is unsolicited video CMAs. How could I do a video without bringing this up? I am the person who absolutely benefited in my personal business from this, and I've seen hundreds of agents across the country get additional deals by doing these. Basically, what an unsolicited video CMA is without people asking you, who are the people you know that are homeowners that maybe have mentioned they might be selling in the next few years? Or maybe it's people that are friends of yours that you know are possibly considering a move in the next little bit. Maybe this is people in farm neighborhoods that you know the owners, and maybe you haven't. It's a great way to re-engage with those folks. Whatever it is, make a list of the people that you know. Start with the low-hanging fruit, the people that are most likely to do that. Shoot a video recording your screen where you're going through and you're talking about the comparable houses that are out there. Give them a range of value. Go through and give them value without them asking for it, and I promise you're going to get those things coming back. If you're curious about how to do this and want to see some examples, there's a link up above that is actually going to walk you right to that, and I know it's going to be helpful. I hope all of this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.